what we have to emphasize now is the Buddhist responsibility based on what Buddha told. You have to look for the Maitreya now. It is the time. I showed you what is Maitreya.
So how, I mean, we cannot just totally denominate the practices of Buddha on like so many Buddhist temple and Buddhist monk, where that day I was sitting down downstairs and a Buddhist monk walking with no shoes and a bowl.
That time is already over. Now it's the time for the new Maitreya. What he says you have to follow. He never said take bowl on. Baha'u'llah said no more bowl, no more begging, no more all these things.
Which is like no need to understand sufferings anymore because we are past the stage of like basic survival and moved on to like awareness now.
Yes, spiritual plane. The crown chakra. No, this is very important. The Buddhist.
Okay, I want to know, how can a Buddhist today understand this? That Baha'u'llah is the Maitreya Buddha. How can they well understand this?
Which is a Buddhist country now?
No, China?
China is,
Nepal?
China is to some extent.
Nepal lah.
Nepal, Thailand, Cambodia,
Right.
Sri Lanka, many parts of India. Many of them have accepted Baha'i.
But how? What is the...
No,
How can you well...
they look at the prophecies of Maitreya Buddha. And then they see Baha'u'llah.
Because they can also misconstrue it and be like, Jesus can be Maitreya Buddha, Muhammad can be Maitreya Buddha. That's why. How well can you put this, Cha?
That Maitreya Buddha, roughly he gave 2,500 years. So Jesus all is below that.
Oh, because of that. But this fact also because if you, the day I was like listening to Buddha's story, and it said that people only started documenting his teachings 500 years after he died.
Correct. But the others are word of mouth.
Exactly, oral. So, how well that the prophecy of 2,500 years after Buddha's death is the coming of Maitreya Buddha well embedded and I would say true.
No, before writing, it was all, the job is to memorize. They will be taught to memorize, just like the Indians also.
Like his disciples, Buddha's disciples.
You have to memorize.
Right.
So memory, then writing came, then became writing.
But
Indians also same.
yeah, but 500 years after Buddha's death, when they started documenting this, you know, this is generations already. So information can be lost, manipulated.
Yeah, but then you have to give the benefit of the doubt that the main things, main teachings did not go on. It was transmitted orally.
What I'm trying to get at is like Buddha could have said 2000 and then it became 2200, 2300, 2400, 2500.
Approximately, no, don't go into the seconds and the year, roughly. So it comes at times. It's your duty to see whether Maitreya has come. And if you don't come, then there is a big problem. And Buddha didn't say the right thing. You have to see the converse. Correct or not? He said, you better wait and find. So I did my research and shows that that was roughly the time.
Right.
Has to come. We can't be carrying bowls now.
I think Buddha being a prophet
Yeah,
and he mentioning that his teachings one day will fade.
right. That's exactly what.
That is, I would say,
So
very,
you have to come back and renew
very
it.
conscious.
Right.
Very, very conscious.
Right.
Because like a tree, you cannot say it's going to live forever.
Yes, exactly.
Even Buddha died.
Yes. At the age of 80.
Apparently, the way he died was somebody offered him some
The
fruits.
meat and all that, which he didn't want to eat the meat, but he died old age 80.
No, but what does that say about being a prophet or so?
The writing says he naturally died at old age 80. But some people say gave meat and all, they couldn't. How do you know it's the food or it's age?
Right. And not
80
even
okay,
documented.
right. Already. What some we want. So I like the teaching, okay, that Buddham Dhandam Gacchami, the Four Noble Truths, the Eightfold Path. That has become the.
But that is also has evolved into, I can see so many similarities in the Baha'i faith.
Right. Different approaches, Dravida Buddhism, this Buddhism, all that, but still, it's the three. Buddham, Sangha, so Dharmam, Sangha. In Bodhidharma Buddhism is Dhyana Buddhism.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get. See, meditation, right?
Yeah.
I think Baha'u'llah saying independent investigation of truth is literally meditation, Jah.
Right.
Literally meditation. How is it not meditation?
Correct. Think whether it's true or not. Whether think.
Yeah, because what's independent investigation? You cannot base everything on what people say or either the things you read.
Correct.
Independent is what?
Correct.
Not listening to you.
No.
Independent is not reading a book.
That is why the Tirukural says. What? எப்பொருள் யார் யார் வாய் கேட்பினும் அப்பொருள் மெய்ப்பொருள் காண்பது அறிவு. Whatever you hear from whosoever's mouth, to know that it contains the truth, that is wisdom. Same like independent truth.
Same with Buddha's
that is
meditation.
Ongoing. It's a permanent thing in a human being that you have to investigate the truth. That's why Baha'u'llah again reaffirms independent investigation truth as one of the principles of the faith. Tirukural also says, all the religion says you have to look for the truth.
If I put it in a broad perspective, because of the evolution of language also.
Yes, that is another factor you have taken into consideration. Language.
Yeah, because now we get lost,
I told you earlier what.
Nirvana, spirituality.
Yeah, enlightenment, nirvana, bliss. All these are language issues. It cannot be two. Truth is one, but you use different language to that. God, Tuhan, Allah, three different things.
And now this is what I realize with my independent investigation of truth.
Yeah.
In today, even you and I, different generations, right? The way you speak, like we spoke about language, the way you speak, and then the way I speak is different.
Yes.
So, the way I say independent investigation of truth today is like cooler, I would say. It's like, I would say like it's more like comfortable with my generation kind of people, the way they understand the language.
Yeah.
If I say independent investigation of truth, it doesn't really, people don't really grasp it very well. It's like saying nirvana.
Correct.
So I say things like, find out, bro, yourself, like that.
Correct. Same thing, different language.
Like,
Same
find out
thing.
yourself. Like
Find
that.
out on your own. Same.
Same, right.
You won't use like independently, please investigate truth. Hey, go and find out properly what. Same thing, means the same thing.
So, in a way, there's a responsibility that because of the curve of consciousness is very high now, that I feel like I have a responsibility to turn these things to a cooler way of saying, but then not lose the meaning and the essence
Yes.
of what it is.
Different ways using the word doesn't mean you lose the meaning. People just linguists will talk. Oh, independent means different, like finding the truth. No, same. What is the objective?
You see, like Steve Jobs, when he created Apple, his motto was think different,
Correct.
which is the same thing as independent investigation of truth.
Of course, sir.
What is think different? You are telling me something, but I think different
Yeah.
because I'm investigating it.
Yeah. He is very smart. Think different means, don't think of the old thing, think of the new thing. So Apple is new, think of.
So if I go to a Buddhist temple
Ah.
and then I hear a mantra that I myself don't understand, what does that say, Ajah?
Oh, because I told you what, Buddham Saranam Gacchami. The temple comes under Sangam, the organization where you go and, those days they need the temple because it was a lot of things were orally transmitted. They have to go there, sit and learn, and
Memorize.
now you no need to go, so you can sit here and Buddha,
You can read and write. Right.
no more space time and so on. So what is the problem? No problem. But the key issue is Maitreya.
Right.
Now you have to focus on the Maitreya, just like the Muslims have to focus on the return of Imam Mahdi and all that. You have to focus on Maitreya. And the Christians have to focus on the return of Christ. The time has come. There is no more talking about old stories. What is critical now is this point. The Muhammad said 1000 years in the Quran. Time already. What are you doing? You have to look for it. That is why the Dawnbreakers time, there was an awareness, the millennial expectation. Hey, time already, la. That's how the whole thing started. Baha'u'llah.
So, prophecies.
There are a lot of prophecies. Even not important. What is important? There is a fixed period of time for the teachings.
Which is a prophecy.
Yes. Once the period is finished, you better look for the next one. Look for your teacher, new teacher. When you finish your standard 1, look for your standard 2 teacher. Don't get obsessed and the standard 1 more I learned teacher. Same thing now. Look for Maitreya.